Hi, I'm Daisy Spills, and today I'll be reviewing Frankenstein. Frankenstein is a movie based off of Mary Shelley's novel, Frankenstein, and it's directed by Guillermo del Toro. It stars Jacob Elordi as the Frankenstein monster. This story takes us into Victor Frankenstein's obsession with trying to bring people back from the dead, basically. He was trying to play God. We're taken through everything that he went through, what his motivations were, and all that. This film is very beautiful. The cinematography is very good. The CGI is amazing. It really feels like a big budget production. I don't know what it's doing on Netflix. Honestly, I wish I watched it in theaters because it was definitely worth it. I'm so jealous of anyone who got to watch it on the big screen. It doesn't follow the classic story because I feel like the classic story just had the Frankenstein monster being created and then he goes into the village and then the villagers want to ban him. If I'm not wrong, I'm not sure. I haven't read that story in a very long time. If I even read it, I only saw adaptations of it as a child. I realized I can't do reviews without wanting to get into the meat of it. So this is going to have a lot of spoilers because I really want to talk about this film. So we are told the story through both Victor Frankenstein and the Frankenstein monster's narration. They both tell us what happened and they tell us their versions of events. So it starts off with Victor Frankenstein's version, and we see that he had a mom who he really loved, and his dad was horrible to both of them. So basically, when his mom passed, he got obsessed with wanting to bring back people from the dead. I feel like this is the point where he just became the bad guy, but he doesn't see it as him being the bad guy. Like he's just led by this obsession. He kind of wants everybody else to be the bad guy than him. He gets a chance to do his experiments. Oh, he's a scientist, by the way. Yeah. He gets a chance to do his experiments and he gets a lot of funding from okay, let me explain this. From the uncle of his sister-in-law. Yes. He gets the funding to finally carry on his experiments and he locks himself up in a tower and he succeeds. When he finally gets the Frankenstein monster, he realizes that there's no point to this obsession that he had. He realizes that his obsession now goes beyond because now that he's created life, he actually has to take care of it. Like he never thought about what next. And this is now where we see the struggle, where we see like he does not have patience. He just wants the monster to be brilliant immediately. And we see his sister-in-law is able to connect with the monster. She kind of understands it on a deeper level. Basically, she sees the monster as pure and she sees the monster as like, it can't do no wrong because it doesn't know anything. It hasn't learned stuff. And later on, because he has a big crush on his sister-in-law, he's jealous of the monster and he hates it. He now turns against it. He's now he's done. He's done with the monster. There is one thing that I really want to talk about. And this is spoiler talk. This is big, big, big spoiler talk. If you don't want to hear it, just go away. When he shot the monster, I honestly think he intentionally shot his sister-in-law. Because I feel like he already knew that the monster couldn't die. But he was so jealous that he couldn't have his sister-in-law. He's gross as fuck. He's so jealous that he couldn't have his sister-in-law that he decided, okay, if I can't have her, no one will. So we just basically see that this guy is the monster. He became the monster. He just consistently destroys people's lives. And after that, he starts chasing down the monster. He wants to put all these bad things on the monster, like all the bad things that happened, he wants to blame it solely on the monster. But we do see that his actions led him to this place where he's miserable and things have gone really bad. I like the direction that Del Toro took because it veered away from the normal Frankenstein telling, the normal story. It was just a whole new perspective and we were able to see what the monster thinks. I feel like before we just saw the events, but we've never seen it on the side of, we've never seen like the feelings of the monster. I feel like it was kind of, it almost felt like a commentary on parenting. Honestly, like you create children and then you have to teach them how life is supposed to go. And I like that angle because it's like you kind of see how if a child is brought into the world, they're pure and innocent. Well, maybe if they're not, maybe unless they're psychopaths or whatever. But if a child is brought into the world, they're innocent. Like they don't know what's happening, and they only learn from the environment. They only learn from the experiences and what happens around them. And I feel like it leaned heavy on that. Like that's what the theme was. I really loved the Frankenstein monster's makeup. It didn't feel too out of place. It did feel like this is possibly how someone sewn together through different body parts would look. I really liked that. I love that he was tall. He actually feels like a monster. Jacob Elordi is like, I don't know if he's 6'5" or 6'6". I don't know. He's really tall. So it really felt like he's not human, but he is. I like that he didn't blend into society. I like that he was definitely an anomaly. You could tell that he's not from around, because if Guillermo had tried to put him into, hiding in plain sight and making it possible for him to just integrate into community, I think it wouldn't have felt so impactful, because we really felt how lonely this monster was. It really highlighted Victor's relationship with the monster, because towards the end, when Victor was dying, I couldn't help but think if he was a better father, this monster would have been relaxed, would have been chilling. Like he would have just lived a very, not normal life, but not such a lonely life. Well, at the start, we see Victor completely hate his father. His father despised him and his mom, so it's justified. But we definitely see him turn into his father. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of commentary on parenting, which I did not expect at all. But yeah, very heavy. I honestly love it. I understand why it got Academy nominated. It's a very great film. Too good for Netflix. And it's definitely worth a watch. I give it 5 popcorn buckets. So if you watch Frankenstein, tell me what you think about it in the comments. If you liked it or hated it, tell me about it.